Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as Orix, and I'm joined, as always, by friend and co-host
Rowan. You might know me as Mocha, and I am getting ready to go to Pittsburgh, apparently.
Oh, that's right. We have new dates for the 2024 season, which is something we'll talk about. We knew Pittsburgh for a while, though.
We did. I just hadn't decided I was going until recently.
Sure. That's fair. I should have checked this before we started recording. It's been a week. We were off last week because everyone was busy and/or dead. I was literally sick from COVID. And then I think you and Cap were busy with something. Cap's not feeling well tonight. You're here despite your work trying to kill you. And it's a fun time, but we're doing something. We're doing something.
I've been making the content. It's kind of going out there. I'm getting into Reg D like in the fun, casual way, and not the sweat lord way, which I think is making it a lot more enjoyable. But now that we know our season, it's time to get sweaty again, I think.
Well, I was wondering, right? So is Pittsburgh Reg D?
It is. It is going to be It is. It's going to be the
Okay.
only Reg D event in America, I think. I think Peoria is after Reg D rolls over.
Let me see. I want to say you're right, though. I want to say it's October.
Yeah, it's in October, and Reg D goes through the end of September.
Correct.
So yeah, in North America there is just Pittsburgh, and in Europe they will have Barcelona as well. Which Barcelona sounds more fun than Pittsburgh, I'll be real, but also more expensive.
Sure. That's very true. Oh, I'll be on the high seas during Barcelona. That's a different story, though. Yeah. So you're getting ready for Pittsburgh. You're gonna start eventually, maybe getting ready for Pittsburgh.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, Worlds is coming up, and I think we've touched on this before, but just like all the good players are keeping all their sauce to themselves. We are going to see some really cool stuff on stream, and maybe there's only like niche tech that comes out and the meta stays mostly the same, but I think it's going to really be turned on its head, and people are going to start running like almost exclusively things that they saw there, or start riffing off things they saw there. So like,
yeah,
it's almost not worth learning whatever exists of the metagame now when things are going to change aggressively in a couple weeks anyway.
So yeah, you have 2 weeks just to enjoy the ladder still and make fun content.
Yeah. And then post Worlds, it's gonna be wacky.
Sure. But I agree. With what I was able to put out content-wise a few weeks ago, before being out of mission, I've enjoyed just playing Reg D to play Reg D, get a few wins with a random team, and profit, right? Like,
yeah. And a lot of my favorite mons are actually doing really well. Like Dragonite's better than ever in there. I think Chen Pao might be the best Ruin now. I don't think it was before, but I think it's just like the most ubiquitous one. Like Ting Lu just fell off the face of the earth.
It did.
The snail is like there in the same way it's always been there, but it's never been meta defining. And then Chiyu's still good, but I want to say Chen Pao has overtaken it. It's just like such a good endgame on it. I really don't know why. I think it just like meshes with a bunch of the physical stuff. Like Urshifu Chen Pao is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's very true. We jumped right into things. We didn't even do like a hello small talk or anything. That's the problem with talking before we get on to hit record.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Only some of the scraps are behind because my wife's really like isolated her efforts over there and good about cleaning up after herself. But we are finally in hard costume mode. We had a big convention at the end of the month, so
that's right.
Yeah,
that's very soon. I will probably not be joining you this time.
Just get a better tire. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
I don't want my tire to explode. Hey, that car is again in the shop for like 2 weeks now for
maybe get a new car. I don't know.
Stupid reasons. It makes. Actually, we think a lot of the problems we've had are stem from that accident, not accident, but incidents a year ago.
It sounded like that happened. So, for reference, this man tried to drive up to Atlanta from Florida for Dragon Con last year. And his wheel just blew out entirely halfway there.
We didn't hit anything. Nothing happened. It just
that sounds like it's a problem
exploded.
with your car to begin with. I don't think that caused the problems.
No, so the tires were like 2 months old at the time. which also is a nice little pain point. So like it could have been a defect on the tire that we didn't know until we drove for literally 5 hours, right? Because that's how tires heat up and expand, and then pop goes the tire. But that took out like the side of my car, and there's just been like residual issues since then from like the repair or the actual like tire exploding or whatever. It's like, oh, it's a pain. Anyway, we're not driving up to Atlanta again because that was a hell of a time.
You should fly into the world's biggest airport instead.
That might be a smarter move if we decide to go. It's also a contentious weekend for our interests.
Labor Day's a lot, but yeah, I'm getting excited. I was showing the buddies. I have one Pokemon cosplay this year, so it's gonna be good. I'm so
excited to see it.
Yeah. I think
you're gonna do an episode in that.
Oh, I should do an episode. I was going to do like a battle video with it on the team,
not both?
But yeah, maybe both.
We'll record on a Sunday or something, so you can like do a battle video. You have to feature that Pokemon.
Oh, absolutely.
And then record the episode.
It's like a relatively meta mon. I don't know how I'm going to feature it, but it'll at least be on the team.
Yeah, I mean, feature. It has to be on the team. That's for sure.
Yeah. 1 second.
You just. Oh, your headphones are dying. Ah, I get it.
We're running out of battery here.
Now your headphones have power.
Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting pretty excited about that. I can just reveal it now. It's going to be thunderous. It's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be so funny. I'm excited to see how far your mustache will go.
Yeah, I guess I have to grow it out now. It's if I'd known about this earlier, I would have been growing it for months, but it'll do enough.
At least get to the point where you can like do the villain twirler. Yeah. I hope you listener are watching on YouTube or Spotify so you can see Rowan playing with his mustache and me pretending to play with a non-existent mustache because I don't really like facial hair. That's just not a me thing. I shave every day. Anywho, what else was there? Something?
Well, you and Sheldon were going to talk about sleep, but I am maybe the only holdout in our friend group. But I feel like I'm in the majority in like the general population.
Okay, let me get sleep out of the way here.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me hear you monologue on sleep.
I don't understand sleep. I'm going to start this monologue with the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing in this quote unquote game. It's more like it's more like a chore. But it has a Pokemon skin, which makes it fun. Makes it addictive.
It sounds like a chore, and I keep hearing about bugs where people's like, "Oh yeah, like I rolled over onto my phone or my tracker overnight, and they got rid of all my progress." Yeah,
so that not using. So I don't have a Pokemon Go plus that thing.
Plus really is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's kind of like the C++, but for Pokemon Go.
Because they had just a regular plus at one point, and they.
But it's I love it though because it's Pokemon PLUS +. So they there's a distinction.
This is like
I don't know what
someone
that distinction
tried
means,
to copy Apple marketing but did it entirely through Google Translate.
Oh no! Ask ChatGPT. How do I increment
this?
Yeah, the name of this product. So yeah, I don't have that because that makes sense. It's just. The whole device is like a puck with a big button in the middle. So if you roll over onto it,
does the button just stop it?
I think so. I think it's like stop and start. I think it's that dumb.
Yeah. Okay. I have no regrets about not wasting my life on this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No. Hold on. You're not wasting your $55 on Pokemon Go ++. That is perfectly fine. I am in that camp as well. I am going to waste my time and thought process on Pokemon Sleep. But it's such a slow game, right? Like, I mean, I have a smartwatch that I use.
Walk me through entirely. I genuinely do not get what you even do.
So, neither do I. But what you do is you have a Snorlax that the whole point is to like raise this Snorlax, and you get a new Snorlax every week. All right. And it has like the numbers are absurd because you get like million or billion point Snorlaxes Mine is not that high right now, actually. It's only 46,000. So it goes into the millions, though. My last one was high. But it's like halfway into the week right now, early in the week right now. So your point is to get that number high. You have Pokemon, you have 5 helper Pokemon that you have active throughout the day that will like find berries or cooking ingredients for the Snorlax. You also make the Snorlax meals. It has a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a Snorlax. It likes to eat. And each Snorlax likes different foods. But as far as I've found, it doesn't matter what the Snorlax likes. You're going to end up inadvertently making what it likes. But there's like different like salads or curries. Like those are 2 different categories of things the Snorlax will like. But the ingredients you have are the same. You have apples and milk and ginger.
So far this sounds like Snorlax Tamagotchi. Where does the sleeping come in?
So I was going to say it feels like a Tamagotchi. It feels more like a Tamagotchi you kind of have to take care of. Kind of. It doesn't complain like Tamagotchis do, but it wants all your attention. Okay. So when you go to bed at night, the way that I've been doing it, because I don't have a Go++, is I plug my phone in. I'm like, go onto the app, and then hit sleep. And it's like, you want to go to sleep? I'm like, I want to go to sleep, please. So then it goes on a screen, there's like the sleep screen, and then if you do nothing with it, it'll eventually go dark. But you like put your phone face down on your bed, which people are like, that's a fire hazard. That's your phone's gonna get hot if it's on your bed. Yeah, it will. I've not experienced that because my bed luckily is big enough where like it doesn't slip under my pillow or anything. Like I just have a spot where it can stay. But it then tracks your sleep based on movement and sound, like gyroscope of like if your bed shakes or whatever, like you're not sleeping well. And then you can turn the sound off because that's kind of weird. I don't know how accurate it is. I've been meaning to like, so I have a smartwatch that I normally sleep with and use as an alarm, so that my wife doesn't wake up because I wake up before my wife, so it just vibrates. So I mean to like compare them, and I haven't done that yet. But you can have a alarm on the app on Pokemon Sleep. But the cool thing that I wish more of these sleep tracking apps did that had alarms, like Fitbit does this, but my Samsung watch does not. It'll like, you can say like, hey, I want a 20-minute period before this time. So I will wake up at 7, but between 7 and 6:40, if you think that I'm in a part of sleep where I can wake up and not be groggy, it'll do that. And like Fitbit does that really well. When I had a Fitbit like a couple years ago, I loved that feature. It was so good. I've missed it, and I haven't been able to really try it with Pokemon Sleep, so I don't know how good that works. But like, oh, that's a cool thing they have. Anyway, depending on how you sleep, you get a score, and that affects the Snorlax, and it energizes your partner, helper Pokemon, whatever. So it's a weird loop that like it all feeds into making the Snorlax sleep good. When you wake up, you get a score. You have like it attracts random Pokemon who will sleep with the Snorlax or sleep next to the Snorlax. Phrasing. But like you'd find different sleep styles of those Pokemon, and then you feed them biscuits to make them like you, so they'll be your helper Pokemon. And I think that's the whole loop. I think I said everything. Yeah.
Okay.
But it is so
sounds
slow.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't know.
My only complaint about it, like
it
the
sounds like
gamification,
multiple chores built into it, like
it is, and
then
like,
you don't really get anything out of it at the end, right? Like
so
this doesn't integrate with other games. There's no PvP.
Correct.
Like it is a chore for the chore's sake.
Yes. So like I hope they add something more to it. Like the only like exciting end game thing about it is just like completing the Pokedex, and there's like the Pokedex. So like if you catch a Pokemon, right? Like whatever. And then you can have like the sleep dex. So like every Pokemon has at least 4 different sleep styles that they can sleep somehow. And I'm like, okay, cool. I got to find all those. So you just quadrupled the Pokedex, right? Like, and they don't have every Pokemon. I think they only have like just over 100 or something is what I've heard. I've not actually,
because they've got to make like new sleeping animations for everything, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, I will give it this though. The game looks amazing. like just the art style I think is really cute. It's really good. It like fits for the theme. It fits for Pokemon. I love it. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna stick with this though.
Yeah, I'm happy for people who are getting some joy out of this. Like, it looks cute.
I'm happy for how it has apparently fixed some people's sleep schedule. Because they're like, oh, I must sleep for my Pokemon.
That's
Kudos
a cute
to
thing,
you.
like Go did with getting people to actually exercise for once. But like,
I was so excited to go like outside and whatever, play Pokemon Go when that was first coming out. And then Pokemon Go was a bad game. And I was
Pokemon
like,
Go, it got better over time too.
It
The issue is that it just like it did it too slowly, and B,
Yes.
it like monetized too aggressively as it
Yes.
did. Like I've tried looking into it again, and it's just so just like blatant. Like they know the people who are still playing that they just have them.
yes, that's
like,
true.
Absolute
I forgot the
captive
best
audience.
thing.
Yeah.
I forgot the best thing
Oh
about
yeah.
sleep.
What are the
It's
microtrans?
monetized. There's a freaking battle pass for it.
Now,
more or
officially
less
lost all
for like $10
goodwill
a
for
month.
that game. Oh my.
It's disgusting. I don't understand how like
World of Warcraft pricing. Like what?
yeah, exactly. For what, $4 or $5 more I could just play WoW, or I can have extra funny points for Pokemon Sleep.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Anyway, so there's a new season structure in VGC.
Yeah, so VGC is hyping up for 2024. I'm so excited to see how this plays out. So a bunch of things happened in the past week. We have new dates for we have like dates throughout the whole season. All right, I'm going to go on record, though. I'm going to predict that there will be more events added.
I would agree. I think there absolutely will be. We also don't even know about internats. So I guess
Correct.
let's internet/nats. The nats are for the Asian countries. Internats are for everybody
Correct.
else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to like start at the beginning. So the 2024 season has been announced, and there are big differences in terms of how Worlds qualification is going to go. Last season was kind of a half season because Scarlet and Violet only came out in November, December, and events didn't start till January.
But was it a half season?
It was most of us. It was less than a full season anyway.
Actually, no, half might be right because we're starting in September now. Not
Yeah.
well.
It was a little less. It was a little more than half. It was like
four months
2/3 of
less.
it was like 2/3 of a season. So
something-
we only needed 300 points to qualify for 2023 Worlds, but we also had way less events, and locals didn't start up until way later in them.
Yes,
Now we need 500 points, so it's a lot. But the payout for events has also changed.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it 400 before?
I think it was 400 for 2022, like the first post-COVID Worlds.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was any years prior to that, but
That might be where that might be where my confusion came from. Okay, sure.
yeah.
We'll go with that.
So now you, I forget. So first off, the points on the bottom end of regionals have changed, in that the kicker requirement has gone way down. So in order to qualify for top 256 to get points, before you needed 800 people to not just register but show up. And we missed that every single event. We got really close at Orlando. We got really close at NAIC. It never happened. Now we only need 512 to hit that kicker, which happened at almost every event. So we will almost always be giving away 512. We'll almost always be giving away points to the top 256, which is only 30 CP. But that's how much you get for winning a local. And honestly, just like getting something feels so much better than getting nothing. Like, you flew out and you get a little something for your trouble. That means six threes are guaranteed points, which I think is really, really good. I bubbled multiple times with 6-3 and it feels really bad.
I almost think that's the more important part, is like you have these people who are doing really well. 6-3 is a pretty dang good record for playing 9 rounds of Pokemon in a day. But like, pretty much
You can just
guaranteeing
bubble
that they
out
all
and get nothing.
yeah.
Especially if one of your losses came early, that was almost likely at that point.
Does this mean 5-4s?
Some 5-4s will get points.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
If
I
I
think
go
that's
5-4 and miss points, then I feel fine about that. Like that's like
Correct.
I like that's unlucky, but I didn't really deserve them anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so there's that, and then also first place at every regional and first and second place at every internet will get an automatic invite to Worlds. So those things together, on top of which locals, there's going to be a lot more of them, I guess, because they're already starting. Locals give you 30 CP as always for first place. And then mid-season showdowns, which I have never experienced. They were apparently a thing pre-Sword and Shield, pre-COVID, and we haven't had them since. They are effectively like elevated locals. Locals are usually called premier challenges, and then mid-season showdowns are just bigger premier challenges. And I don't really know what the difference is in terms of organizing them. Like, the professors will get that information, but we don't have it yet.
My understanding is that, like, a mid-season showdown, a professor can they're much more limited. Like, they can't have them.
I was talking to Shuckle to Logan. He was saying that each of them are allowed to organize one a month.
One premiere a month.
One mid-season showdown a month.
Really?
Or no, it's not a month. It's per some number of months they're allowed to do one.
Yeah, because it's, as my understanding is that each TO can do one premiere challenge a month.
Yes, it's one PC a month, and then one mid-season showdown every several months. I forget how many, but yeah,
probably
so they're
3.
Yeah, so they're limited, but they do pay out 50 points for first, 40 for second, 32 for third and fourth, and then after that point you have to hit a kicker, but you can still get a decent amount. So there's a lot of ways to earn points now, a lot of ways to earn your Worlds invite, but you have to do more of it. So it arguably is kind of getting more pay to win if you think about it, right? Because
that's always been an issue with VGC.
It has, but this makes it worse, right? Like, before, you didn't need that many points, and you also could just get them all from, like, you could just go to a couple events, do really well at those couple events. Like, Justin Tang had his invite after 2 events, right? He's a college kid, but he was really good at the game, and he could have theoretically just gone to Worlds after the second regional he went to and called it. But whereas, like, I, for example, could pay to go to 6 regionals, go to every local around me, and then go to 2 internats, and do not terribly, just like mediocre at all of them,
right?
And get my invite off that.
There's one more detail that I think we missed. Is I think we have to have a maximum for these locals. I mean, you have to have a minimum of 16 players.
Is that true?
I believe
because the kicker for points on a premier challenge is at 17.
For 5th through 8th to get points, you need more than 16.
Correct. Yeah, but the top 4 will always get points.
But I want to find this. Hold on.
You usually need over 4 people to get points at a local. There has to be one person out of it.
I thought that changed with this.
Ah.
That's what I'm trying to find.
It doesn't say on Victory Road if that's the case.
That's very true. Okay, maybe I misheard or misread somewhere, but I will.
But there's no way that the kicker for one tier is 16 and the kicker for the next tier is 17, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a fair point. I don't know. That makes sense when you put it like that.
But your best finish limit is still 6 for each of these, right? So you have to go. You can go to 6 premier challenges, 6 mid-season showdowns, 6 regionals, and I guess as many internats as you want, because there's only
3 global challenges.
Yeah, 3 GCs, which are also happening. So, like, online warriors who like close team sheet and ladder and blah can also potentially do well.
I forgot that's what it is. Oh, I was so excited to play that, and then I realized it's not the same game at all.
Think of your cheese early, yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities to earn them. There's there's a lot of regionals that have been announced, but only regionals / special events have been announced so far. So we still don't know about internats. I know last year that Latin American internats, they happened, but they happened prior to Scarlet and Violet coming out, so LATAM never got their internats.
Correct.
LAIC normally has just as many points on the line as NAIC, just as many, and OCIC and EUIC. So, like, there's supposed to be 4 internats, and there's only 3 last year. So, I mean, Latin America is really strong. There's tons of strong players there, so it's by no means you can travel over and just bowl over them, but, like, it's another chance to earn a lot of points.
Still a pool of points to take from.
Yeah,
and the key bit there.
And, you know, first place gets 500, right? Like, or you just flat out. First place also does auto qualifies, but
yeah, they get 500 points.
Yeah, by both metrics. Yeah, yes. So pretty cool all the same. I think that it's just going to be everybody's going to have more choice in where they can go and how they can compete. And I think that they're trying to make Worlds more exclusive, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's really weird though, because a lot of the stuff they're changing here and adding more events and whatnot, like you have more of a chance to get CP, which is great. But you're right in saying that like putting the limit the threshold at 500 CP is pretty. I feel like it's high. I think we looked at it and like 25 people this year would have achieved that, which again it was a partial year, so you have that, but like, pretty rough. Maybe it's 25 from NA. Maybe that's what it is, but still, that's not a whole lot. So
yeah. All that said, though, I'm really looking forward to the season. I think it's going to be good. I think I am more comfortable as the power level increases in these formats, honestly. Not just the power level, but the consistency of things.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting closer and closer to that Series 12 that I just enjoyed at the end of Sword and Shield. It's just everything hits hard. Everything hits, like, most things hit 100% accurately. Or at least I have the option to do that, right? I am so,
right.
like, I love my water bear so much. It is wonderful.
Water bear is good bear.
Water bear is good bear. Dark bear is also good bear. All the bears are great.
Ground bear is good bear too. All bears good bear.
All the bears have 100% accurate moves. It's pretty great.
Yeah. That's
EQ, headlong, surging strikes, wicked blow, CC, like
so nice.
People who don't like dice rolls are eating really good right now.
But yeah, I agree. It's been a fun. It's definitely been a fun. Regulation D has been fun to play, and seeing that it's only going to most likely stay in this type of format, like
it's only going to get stronger, right?
It's only get stronger, right? Unless they do a funky thing with the DLC coming out, like we're taking away all the not restricted legendaries.
They could do anything, right? I think that if we've learned anything, it's that they don't care about patterns really. Like,
correct.
They have them to fall back on, but mostly they will do whatever they think makes the most sense. And
now hold on, let's not give them that much credit.
Whatever they think makes the most sense.
Sure.
That doesn't mean much, but like.
Okay, fair enough.
My point is anything could change at any point. So like, don't think that they won't do a ban list just because they've only done it once before, and it seemed to be. I thought I enjoyed Series 6 in Sword and Shield where they banned the top 10, but I also think that they considered it something of a failure, and that like they had one Players Cup during that, and they chose to just do it in the previous format instead of the ban list format that had been going for a month.
That was weird.
And then they never did that kind of thing again. So it seemed to me from the outside like they considered that a failed experiment, but that could be wrong. They could try it again. They could do it. I think they should do it with a bigger ban list if they're going to do it at all. Ban the top 20, 30, 40 mons, see what happens.
I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if they did something like that again. Especially, like, I don't know. It's not that it's early for some of these, like, legendary Pokemon to be being played or whatever, or sub-legendary Pokemon to be being played. For the power level to creep like it has,
it's a little early. I think like this kind of Nat Dex usually comes in the second year. It is the second year.
It is the second year, so that's why I'm not sure. Like, it just maybe because we've actually been able to play this season and like keep up with the game in a way that we didn't with Sword and Shield.
My real complaint with it has been that we've had Nat Dex power levels since the game came out. Realistically, like Palafin and Iron Bundle and Flutter Mane and all these things are, and Iron Hands and like all the Paradox, the Ruins, all of them are like the same kind of tier as Tornadus and Landorus and Urshifu and all these, right? Like you could easily put them on the same team together. We've just had less of them, so getting more tools at that power level has felt freeing. But previous gens have definitely just had lower power levels, and Sword and Shield went into that Nat Dex, but it eased us into it because it had 2 DLCs. Like, we had a little home format in Sword and Shield, but it was literally adding the Galar and Kanto starters, and that was it.
And at this point in Sword and Shield's life,
not Galar, the Incineroar trio, I forget.
Oh, Alolan,
that's it.
At this point, we had the DLC too.
The
first wave, at least.
Yeah, but only the first one, right? So we got some strong stuff, but the really strong stuff came with Crown Tundra. That's where, like, not just the restricteds, but most of the sub-legends also came in Crown Tundra.
That's right.
We didn't get the genies till then, right?
We had our bears, though.
We did have our bears. The thing is, people didn't really...
3 bears.
People didn't figure out Urshifu was good until pretty late in. It's kind of interesting because, like, that Series 6 we were talking about, that ban list format, it only banned the top 10, and Urshifu was not in the top 10.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because people thought that, oh, quad fairy week, oh, it's not that fast, oh, it's especially frail, like like
Right.
breaking protect is cool, but whatever. Like, no, it turns out it's
Break and protect is
incredibly
amazing.
busted. It's unreal busted.
I really wish I could break protect with a punching glove.
Yeah, to be fair, Dynamax also Dynamax and the fact that you can't click a Terra button and make your Wicked Blow 50% stronger or 30% stronger, and then the fact that people can double their HP randomly really balanced Urshifu in Sword and Shield. But now you can boost your protect, breaking, always crit moves, and they can't really do anything defensively against it besides maybe change their type. So like, it's Urshifu was definitely stronger this gen than it was last gen.
Yeah, that's very true. And that was a good way of putting it too, right? Terra is a completely different game than the other one.
Yeah, I think Dynamax stabilized things. Like you can argue it's less skillful, and I would maybe even agree. But like the fact that you can double your HP means like, okay, I got a rogue crit, but I'm still alive. I still get to do my big thing with the mechanic instead of I got a rogue crit and now your Terra's wasted.
Right. Very true. It does feel bad to lose Terra
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah. I like in my games where I Terra and then it goes down, like before it even gets a chance to move, I'm like, well, I saw some neat animations, I guess.
Now, granted, I think it felt even worse to lose your Dynamax turn 1, but
that's a fair point. I will grant you that, especially because it's a more limited thing.
Yeah, and like you can you can come back. It was just more powerful in general. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on it. I do think this is going to be a good season. I think that like the higher levels of power and just more events is going to be really good for us.
Yeah, I think it'll be very fun to both watch and participate in. So looking at the kickers again, right? So we talked about how the 800 kicker we never really hit. It's now 512. We'll hit that quite often.
Yeah, as long as the popularity stays the same, right? Like
so that's the question.
We may see some fall off from last season.
I wonder what we'll see fall off wise, especially when they added the 1024 kicker for top 512.
I think that's going to be exclusively a
TCG. Yeah, I think so too. I would love to see that happen though. We almost kind of got there with NAIC because of the registrations.
We got 10. Yeah, we almost got that many registrations, and then like that means that like 200 people didn't show up, which is wild.
And it also went to seniors and juniors too.
How many seniors and juniors were there though? Like
100 and over 100 total.
Okay, so 100 masters signed up.
Yeah, 100 masters still didn't show up, and then we're like, dang it, why do you do this? But yeah, that'll be fun. So let's look real quick at the calendar of events. I'm just gonna spew this out real fast. September 9th and 10th is Pittsburgh. October 7th and 8th is Peoria. 14th and 15th of October is Sacramento. 20th, 29th is Toronto. 16th and 17th of December is San Antonio. Nothing in November.
Yeah, I guess not.
Interesting. 6th and 7th of January is Portland. 20th and 21st of January is Charlotte. 3rd and 4th of February is Knoxville. 23rd and 24th of March is Vancouver. 13th and 14th of April is Orlando. 4th and 5th of May is Indianapolis. And 25th and 26th of May is Los Angeles. Some of these we've seen before, like Charlotte, Knoxville, Orlando. Toronto was not this year.
Vancouver was, I think.
Vancouver was maybe this year. I didn't go to that one. Which I think, looking at some pretty... just looking at these and guessing, I'll probably be able to go to Charlotte, Knoxville, and Orlando, because those are the ones I went to this past year.
Yeah.
I think maybe Peoria. That could be fun.
Apparently Peoria is kind of a pain to get to. Like, it's a decent drive from the nearest airport.
Is it really? That's upsetting.
Yeah. That's what I was hearing anyway. That might be bad information, but I will at least be going to those three you mentioned and Pittsburgh. I think there'll be more announced. I think it's kind of crazy that there's almost no real options for the Northeast here. Like,
yeah,
Tri-State has a massive player base. You'd think there would be another Secaucus or another Hartford or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm shocked to not see Hartford. And this again, like, there's nothing in November. There's nothing in June or July either.
Yeah, there's definitely room for more. I am hoping to see NAIC in not Ohio, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder, right? So it's been 2 at least. The last 2 have been in Ohio. If I don't know before that. I guess we could look it up, but I'm too lazy. So I wonder if they'll move that. I don't know.
But yeah, we'll keep y'all updated. I am looking for EUIC should hopefully be somewhere nice. I wouldn't mind going to London for it. I think that's gonna be my.
Are you gonna try and go to?
That's the hope. I would really like to go to EUIC.
EUIC. Yeah, I think who else was talking about?
I think Bruno was.
Was it Bruno and I think Kevin?
Yeah, I think both of them were, and then
Okay.
and then maybe LAIC. I've not really been to South America proper before, so that'll be something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It would be fun to go to OCIC if it wasn't literally the other side of the world from us.
20 hours in a plane is
it's a little bit much.
Probably closer to 24. Yeah. Anyway.
So. Yeah, that's fun. So we'll look forward to the season and see what happens. Worlds is soon.
Worlds is soon. Is it next weekend or the weekend after?
It's next weekend.
By next you mean 2 days from when we're recording?
No, sorry, I mean the following. Yeah,
Okay.
not this upcoming weekend, the weekend after. Yeah, don't you love English? English sucks, man.
It's awful.
Okay.
And it's the only language I really know. Anyway, so
Fair enough.
Yeah, so like we're playing a little fantasy game in the Georgia community. Like
I just saw that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I day 1 is apparently an absolute gauntlet. Day 2 should be fun too. I have a lot of people I'm rooting for, but at the same time, like I have no idea what they're gonna run. A lot of the time, unless I know someone personally, I'll usually choose someone to root for based on like what they like to play. And the format's changed so drastically that I have no idea who is the what player anymore.
I mean, I would love to vote for Gavin Michaels or Raghav, the people who have played the teams that I really like as of late. Which means Palafin Rain. And Azumarill Rain. Yeah. I wonder what people will be bringing. I just realized that I'm traveling that weekend, so I won't be able to like watch live like I was originally planning to. So that's upsetting. But I will do what I can to watch as much as I can while I'm away. Is that all we had for talking
Honestly,
points?
I think it kind of is.
Yeah, we had planned until Sheldon called in sick to work. Work being Game Corner. To have more of a monologue on sleep, I think.
Yeah, sorry. It's kind of just me staring blankly at you, like, why would you ever do this to yourself?
Don't lie. You're playing Shadow in the background, aren't you?
I'm actually not, surprisingly. No, I am still getting pinged by work. So yeah.
Oh, you really? Oh gosh, never mind.
You can see the circles under my eyes. I am losing my sanity ever so slightly.
Actually, the whatever's Riverside is doing, you look like a pile of pixels.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the recording is fine. And
Okay.
I will look closely at the bags under your eyes.
Witness my pain when you're editing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine though. So we have some plans that we're trying to maybe do for the channel. We got battle videos, of course. Rowan, you want to go ahead and talk about your plans for battle videos?
Yeah. So, please, I guess we'll just use this as the plug channel. Who am I? I'm Rowan.
Yeah, I guess. I wasn't planning on that, but sure, we might revisit that.
So go check out my channel, Rowan Hall. I've been putting up battle videos basically since I was able to start playing Reg D seriously. It took and since the Malamar games ended. So I have 4 videos up right now. I'm going to be doing them weekly. We've done like started with just like a standard Chen Pao or Shifu Dragonite kind of trio, just showing and Iron Hands, like just showing how awesome you can do like Chen Pao plus physical attackers. Then a Bascio Legion team built by Devin, one of the fellow Team India players. He cut really well with it at like a big online tour. I think it was the Victory Road one.
Cool.
We might have talked about it in the previous episode, actually.
We did talk about that.
Then a Hisuian Arcanine team that I made myself, and then a double bear team that was made by someone named, at least 99%. I made a couple changes. Made by someone named Kosuhide, who got second at a really big online tour with those 6. So yeah, go check them out for sure. But I also intend to be cross-posting them to the Game Corner YouTube channel as well. Yeah, so if you only follow the Game Corner and not me, you can still go ahead and check out the content. I'll probably trickle those out weekly. Yeah, so definitely go take a look. I'm just trying to show off as many new Pokemon as possible on interesting teams, like not necessarily like the most obvious way to run them, but sometimes like, some of these mons, there's only one like really good way to run them, and I think it's cool to see all the different kinds of comps that you can run and just what all the new toys do, right?
Yep. And then I will also we maybe we might try and be organized and like, Rowan, what teams are you doing? Okay, I won't do a similar team.
Sure, yeah.
But I'll try and continue to put out battle videos now that I'm no longer dying. And also, while I was dying, I have been nothing but inspired to do. I think we're gonna break away from Pokemon a little bit.
Time for some Let's Play content?
So Let's Play content, something different. I have a couple of ideas floating around in my head for like different video styles that I want to try out that I haven't really had a chance to before in the past. So a couple of like fun games. I'm looking at like Dredge and what else did I say in that? What else did I say? I said it earlier today. I had the whole small list of things. That's gone. Where did that go? It's okay. But like games that I can cut up, I can play a bunch of, cut up. It doesn't have to be like a complete story. It's going to be like a hopefully interesting enough to watch Let's Play. If I can produce fun content, we'll see. But something that I want to try out. So one of those videos will be coming up here. I mean, I don't know if I can guarantee it before Worlds even, but soon. I have plans and I will do it. But yeah, something fun, and then we can talk about Worlds is next week. After Worlds, we'll have a ton of Pokemon stuff to talk about, at least for like 2 episodes. And as far as we want to milk that content, but we do have some other topics, other game topics we can talk about soon. Did you pick up Pikmin?
It has come out. I have bought it, but yes, I have not played it at all.
Okay.
Rather serious. What was I gonna say? Like last couple of weeks, but yeah, I do intend to play it. I guess that would be great Let's Play content for sure.
Ooh, that's actually a fair point. I haven't picked it up. I've been afraid of Pikmin because I bounced off the Pikmin 3. But I've heard good things about Pikmin 4, so like it might be better. We'll see, because it's like they like the dog mechanic is interesting, and they like added like RPG progression almost to it, which is such a weird thing.
Which is kind of I haven't played it all. I don't know how I feel about RPG progression in a Pikmin game. Like the whole idea is that your strength is just the size of your army, right? That's
what it's been, because it's baby's first RTS, right? Like that's what Pikmin is.
Absolutely.
So like I don't know. Okay, you have piqued my interest. Punny. Maybe that can be a good Let's Play content. If you want to do that, or if I want to do that, we'll see. Whatever. That's a good idea. And I'm mad at how good of an idea that is. I've actually not seen any Pikmin content on YouTube or anything, so that could be really good. But I also haven't looked, so whatever. Okay, I think we're done.
I would say we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. Dare I ask if you have one more video game? Or have you just been so swamped?
I literally haven't played video games.
That's what I figured. I was afraid of that.
On the plane, I did manage to beat the last temple on Zelda, so that was nice.
I need to go and do that. I need to go and finish those temples in the game. I haven't done that. I've been distracted. I've been playing Dave the Diver, which is a very fun indie game about catching fish with a spear gun and making them into sushi. It's really good on, especially on like Steam Deck. Like I don't know if it's on Switch. I think it might be. Like handheld, like that's a very good format to play that game, I feel. Yeah, that's it. That's fun. We already said where to find us. Well, you said where to find you. Go look at his YouTube channel, and also our channel. You can find us on X.
Awful.
Boy,
No,
I hate that.
It's Twitter forever. I don't even care.
Yeah, so you can go find us on X Twitter. That sounds worse actually. Ooh. Twitter at Game Corner VGC. You can find me at Row_Ixon. You can find him at Rowan Hall.
Yes.
And YouTube Rowan H Hall. Yes.
Rowan W Hall. No, it's just Rowan Hall.
Nope.
It's Twitter that has the W.
Dang it! I had that entirely wrong. Luckily, I never have to change that, so it's just all in the link tree down below. Our Discord is there too. We've been negligent on Discord. I will be honest. I will be very honest. So hopefully, with Worlds coming up, maybe some fun things can happen, or something.
Definitely intending on a tournament post Worlds.
And I was gonna say we were talking about. Today, actually, we're talking about a tournament. Look forward to that. If you are interested in a tournament, we have traditionally done long-form tournaments for our own stuff. We might do that again. I have been toying in the back of my head with a day tournament, so try and do something all in one day or all in one weekend, maybe. So just look forward to that. If you are interested in finding grassroots tournaments post-Worlds, follow us on Twitter and /or threads, but definitely join the Discord. Thank you to RobKTA and Game Chops for use of our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultraball album. Yeah, that's it. I have nothing else. So until next time, press start and game on. Bye!